That is like the whirlwind, oversimplified version of the terminology associated with Kubernetes. I am skipping a lot of things here as well. So here's the kind of the sad thing. Doing this within the Windows subsystem for Linux is basically impossible right now. It's not something that the Windows team has focused on yet. It is coming. So don't try and do this within WSL at the moment. Or you can go look it up and see if it's been fixed right now. But today, at this moment, with WSL, it's basically impossible. So if you're doing this alongside with here in Windows, either I would say open a Ubuntu VM and try this, or just grab a coffee and enjoy the journey. All right, so we're going to do a very, very basic interaction with Kubernetes. So I'm going to show you up here. Where's my Docker? So I have my Docker whale right there. And there is a tab here for Kubernetes. And you can switch contexts. I have 2 contexts installed. You likely will just have one, which is Docker desktop. But there's another one called Minikube that you can run as well. If you're in Linux, you'll need to use Minikube. And it's basically like a control structure for Kubernetes. But we're going to have Docker desktop run it for us on macOS. So make sure that it's done that. And then I want you to enable the local cluster. If it's not already enabled, some of you probably will have it already enabled. And you can see up here I have Kubernetes is starting. And then we're going to go over here to our Docker desktop. You can see here my prompt actually already shows me that I'm using Docker desktop. But like if I switched it to, let's come back over here. I can switch to Minikube just like that. And if I hit enter, you'll see that it switches here to Minikube. But let's go back to Docker desktop. All right, so the next thing I need you to install is kubectl, or kubectl. It depends on who you ask of how you pronounce it, which is this. It obviously means kubectl, but people like to say that's kubectl. So you can click here for instructions on how to install it on your operating system. For Mac OS, you can just do this curl command right here. And then you make it executable, and then you move it into your path. So I already have it installed, but again, just do this. Copy that. It'll be a curl command, so I would come over here and say that. Oops. Okay, so you would do that first. Then you would do a chmod. This makes it executable. So you do chmod plus x. That makes it an executable. And then you're going to move this from wherever that is into your local bin, or somewhere that's going to be in your path. So at some point, you should be able to say kubectl -- version. Or is it just version? There you go. So that's what I'm running right now. Okay, and again here I say that you can make a choice between using Docker desktop. If you're on a Mac and like everything's working fine, then I would just suggest using Docker desktop because it works, it's already installed. But if you're on Linux, you have to use Minikube. So you're going to have to go through the Minikube installation process. I think I got it through Brew, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I have a link there to install it as well. So here down at Minikube, see here for how to install. Mac OS, installing Minikube. You should have virtualization already running because we've been doing Docker. All this stuff should work. So yeah, this is what it is. Brew install Minikube right there. Now, if you're on Windows, you probably can get this stuff running via PowerShell. Again, I just don't know PowerShell, so best of luck to you. So if you have both of them installed like me, you can say kubectl config use context, and you can switch between them by saying minikube, or you can say Docker desktop. So if I said minikube right now, you can see now it says minikube, and I can go back to Docker desktop like that. Again, I'm sticking with Docker desktop. If you're using minikube, you have to say minikube start as well. Okay, so that has gotten everything running with Kubernetes. It should be executing now on your computer. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, normally what you would do is you would define each one of your services with their own Kubernetes YAML files that would define it needs this, it needs that, it needs a bunch of different stuff. It's a lot of setup. It's pretty involved in understanding all the various different configuration knobs and stuff like that.